I imagine folks see my computer screen. Is that correct? You should see a funny orange pear with a bunch of hexagons in it. So, yeah, and you should have a copy of this on transparency with colored pens. Instead of me telling you the rules of what you're supposed to do, I'm going to have somebody guess what's supposed to happen. So you've got this on transparency film and you've got colored pens. What do you think you're supposed to do? Somebody want to start with a guess?
Dave, just so you know, this is what I sent out. It's
right.
I don't think we have that one.
Right. I intentionally picked a different one because I didn't want to solve your puzzle and take all the fun. And so we'll solve one together, and then you've got some in your packet. In fact, I'll post more of these if you like them in that you can solve. So you don't have exactly this in your packet. Any guess what you're supposed to do with this? The one on the screen? You can stick it in the chat. I'm monitoring the chat, or unmute and just speak up. Why do I have 3 5s? Why do I have 3 colors? Why do I have funny line in the middle? Naomi, question mark. Yeah, it's kind of mean when I don't tell you what the rules are, but guessing is an important way to do science and math, is you just guess and guess patterns, and sometimes like, wait, no, that doesn't look right. What about that? What about that? Am I just supposed to color the outside of the paper with gray dots? What do you think you might do? One of the beautiful things about the computer here is I can delete. I put something there. In fact, with your transparency version, when you've got the little pen, you can write on it and then just erase it if you don't like it. And so you can just try something. I need to pick on somebody. Oh, I've lost. We had 6. I'm scaring people away. I hope that's a connection issue. So I'll pick on people. Ashima, can you suggest something for me to do here?
I'm still not sure what's going on.
Exactly. I haven't told you what's going on. I'm letting you make it up. Right? You've got colored pens and things on transparency, so what might you do?
Maybe it's the amount of spaces you add.
A little louder, I didn't quite hear. It said something you add.
Maybe the 5s are the amount of spaces you add in the middle of, like for example, E and J.
like E and J. And so what do you want to do with the E and J? So I've got this 5 here, and I've got these colors here.
I don't know.
Oh, well, let's try coloring something and see if stuff makes sense or not, and see if it's going to work. So is there a hexagon you might color some color? We've got yellow, gray, and orange. And hexagons A, B, C, D, E, F, this 5. And I really can't hurt you from this far away. I can't pull a lever and have you fall into a pit. So one of the advantages of Zoom. So somebody tell me to color something. I saw 6, connect 5 spaces, color E with orange. All right, let's color E with orange. I like it. So I'll first just put little dots here. Later on, we can fill in with everything. Something else you want to color with orange, or another thing, a different color? Color B, still with orange? Sure, we can try that. I don't see anything wrong with that yet. Though if I've colored B with orange and I have this 5 and I have this line here, what do you think we might also want to do? Oh, color B with yellow, Brent said. That's interesting. So we can pull this off and put in a yellow. So in Diana's section, she talked about mirrors. What do you think you might do with this line? So if I color B with yellow, what else do you think might happen? F and G with orange. Oh, okay. So if we make F and G with orange, there's 3 5s and there's 3 colors. Why do you suppose there's 3 5s and 3 colors? Blue on I. I haven't had a blue. Can I use gray? I could switch colors if you want, but I'm going to be tempted to slightly disregard. But in fact, if you really want blue, I'll go get blue. We can get whatever color we want. But what do you think the 3 colors have to do with the 3 5s? And if I gave you 3 squares and 3 colors, presumably you'd color each square one color, right? And there's 3 5s and 3 colors, maybe make each 5 a particular color. So we have the 5 on the left, the 1 in the middle, and the 1 on the right. So let's try picking some of these colors. So what color would you like this 5 to be? The one on the left. And again, I can't pull a lever, I can't hurt you, so pick a color, any color for number 5. You're muted, Diana, if you're speaking. Other people I can't see. Or Right. I know that your sheet's not the same as mine. I'm solving a separate problem here. This is a sample problem similar to your sheet. Because I didn't want to solve your problem. It's no fun if I solve the puzzle. You should solve the puzzle.
All right, guys, he wants you to pick a color for the 3 5s. Can you guys do that? Got 3 colors and 3 5s. Let's just pick those and that'll help us get started.
We have.
That's the starting point.
So, Sage, tell me a color for the left 5. Gray, orange, or yellow?
Yellow.
Yellow. All right. So we'll put yellow there. And now I'm going to say, walk, give a buzzer sound. Something is amiss. The reason something's amiss is whatever this yellow is in this number 5, the yellow is supposed to have a symmetry, a mirror symmetry across this line, which means that if we go up and then up a half, so if we go a full thing up and a half up, slightly over, then over more, here I've got this B, I should have a yellow somewhere over here where I'm running my mouse, but that's off the screen. I can't have a yellow here and a yellow here. Not allowed. So I'll make the yellow in the B die. Death to that yellow. Do you see? Because I can't make it symmetric across this line. So I'm trying to make it symmetric. Let's pick a color for the 5 in the middle. So Naomi, what color do you want the 5 in the middle to be? Purple. Okay, fine. Let's grab purple. So let's make a new dot here. And let's make it purple. And let's grab that. And let's copy it. And then we're going to put it here. So it's going to turn out that we're going to run into some trouble ultimately. So now we've got the 5 on the right. So Naomi and Sage have picked. Daniel, what color do you want the 5 on the right to be? Oh, Brent guessed at the 5.
Gray.
So we're supposed to be the same color. Actually, the 5s are supposed to be different colors when we look at the rules here. Though there's some reason why we have 5. Right? We've got 5, 5, 5. How many hexagons do we have? So what do we think we might have? And also, what color do you want to make this this 5 on the right? Daniel, pick a color. Any color.
Blue.
Blue. All right. So let's make another bead here. And let's color that blue and let's copy it and let's paste it. So now we've got all sorts of problems because the only colors we're allowed to have are the colors that are in the 5s. That means this guy is going to go away. This guy is going to go away. This guy is going to go away. And this guy's going to go away. So how many hexagons do you think we're going to color purple? Any guess? Ashima, what's your guess on how many purple hexagons we're going to have? There's a quote from Thomas Edison that I rather like. Thomas Edison was one of the most prolific inventors of all time, you know, invented the light bulb and many, many, many other things. And he said, you know, make 1,000 mistakes and come up with one bright idea, and people will remember you for the bright idea. Right? There's no harm in just guessing and seeing what happens. It's the way you discover things. You just try things. And this is often the case in my research mathematics. I might write 5,000 pages, mostly of crud, in order to get a 20-page significant new mathematical result that I'll publish. There's nothing wrong with trying stuff. So how many purple hexagons do you think we should have? I've got a 5 here with a purple. Think we should have 7?
Someone just take a guess and let's see where we're going. I don't know the rules to this either, but I have an idea.
I suspect many of you are. You can put it in the chat if you don't want to talk. You know, just put a number in the chat. How many purple hexagons should there be? Five. Yeah. And so now we just have to figure out which ones we're going to color purple. So you've got letters. So pick a letter that you want to be purple. So just put a letter in the chat. All you have to do is press one key. It can't be so hot that C. All right, let's give me a C. So if I make that guy purple, well, I've got this line here that's supposed to be a line of symmetry. If this was a line of symmetry of the purple things, then what else would have to be purple? You can put another letter in the chat. I've got this line down the middle of it, and this is all purple. And this is purple. If this is purple, what else would have to be purple? We have a G to try to make purple. Okay, let's make G purple. But this isn't quite symmetric yet, right? I mean, I've got this line here. It looks like a mirror. If I have a mirror here, and if I've got purple on C, then what else should be purple? I got a D. That kind of makes sense.
D.
I heard a B as in boy.
D.
D. All right. D is in Dave or dumb or D. Okay, so this is actually connected. That's kind of cool. It's not quite symmetric. It kind of curves off to the left. If we wanted to have a line running down the middle of it, you know, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 purple things. That's kind of nice. But what else might we make purple?
J.
J? You can try making J purple. So now we've got 5 purple things. So that's actually good. So one of the rules here is whatever color you put on the number, you've got to have that many of that color. But there's this arrow, right? This is sort of giving you a line, and whatever you have on this side of the line should look the same as on this side of the line, like a mirror. And so if I have something on J, to make it symmetric, what other letter would I have to have in order to make it symmetric across this line from J? Imagine that I stuck a mirror right here. Let's see. You know, if we stuck a mirror going right through here. Oh, why didn't that? Right? If it's supposed to be the same on both sides of this mirror, all of these are on that line, but it doesn't look the same when I've got the J over here, but nothing over here. Those couldn't be mirror images. So if it was going to be a mirror image, what other hexagon would have to be purple? You can just do it with one key press into the chat. Brent, I and L. So I see an L. So now this L and this J, this is kind of the same. The 5 is the same as itself. If I put an I over here, that's kind of interesting. And I can pull the lever and Brent falls into the great big pit. Why? Because how can this one pair with something that comes, there's no hexagon over here that's on the opposite side of the mirror from I. So I'm going to delete that one. That can't be done. Poof. Because it can't be symmetrical. There's another problem that now I've got 6 purple dots. I'm only supposed to have 5 purple dots. So I should delete at least one of the dots. What dot should we delete? So IL, just L, yeah, cool. So we got rid of. See what we're trying to do here? So let me ask a question. Could this H be colored blue? Because it would have to have a symmetry. In fact, if we looked at that line of symmetry, if we put blue, to the right of this line, we'd have to have blue to the left. So if I put a blue in H, where else would I have to have a blue?
On K.
Well, K is a lot further from this line than H. You've got the right idea. It would have to be on the other side. But with a mirror, the image on a mirror, I travel from a spot outside the mirror to the mirror, and then the image goes the same distance back. All right? So if this was blue at H, when I travel through the mirror and come to here, this would have to be blue, but each of the 5s have to be different colors. So this H is not blue. Had you best guess that this H is going to be yellow or purple? Since it's not blue. In fact, if this H was yellow, reflecting through the yellow, you'd have to go all the way to the mirror and then to the other side. So could H be yellow? So if H can't be yellow and it can't be blue, then it has to be purple. But if H is purple and this is a line of symmetry for the purple, what else has to be purple? I said yellow. I didn't catch when I was asking that, I'm sorry. But think about the symmetry. So if you run through this line of symmetry, starting at H, you go through 2, you come to the mirror, you go through 2. So where would you come out? And so you can just do it with one keystroke. What other hexagon would have to be purple? I hear somebody unmuted. Sage, are you going to tell me a letter for what's going to purple? Or Samantha, welcome. Well, I'm having you solve a puzzle, but I'm not telling you the rules of the puzzle, which seems kind of mean. You have a puzzle like this in your packet. So you've got various colored pens that you can color things. We've got numbers. We decided that each number gets its own color. So we picked 3 colors here. Kind of not using gray and orange. We're using purple, blue, and yellow. And another thing that we noticed is that there's these lines through the numbers. We thought that maybe that's a line of symmetry. So if that's a line of symmetry, and if I color H purple, what else would have to be purple?
Maybe if I take a ruler and I use that as a perpendicular line of symmetry, it kind of helps me figure out what letter I might go to next.
Sure, let me draw.
So, I mean, you kids can do this. You can use one of these sheets. Just use that to make a line that's perpendicular and see where you end up.
That's a perpendicular line. I am drawing there. So when you go from H, you go through the mirror, where do you end up? K, awesome. And so in fact, K needs to be purple as well, to be the symmetry from, so it's maybe this. And how many purple dots did we say we needed to have? So it was on this hexagon that had a 5, we colored purple. And I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we said, hey, that there had to be 5 purple dots, so we should get rid of one. Can we get rid of K or H? Has to be symmetric. Can't get rid of the 1 and the 5. Can't get rid of L or J. I think the only one we can get rid of is the 1 on the G. So in fact, these hexagons that we've drawn here all have to be purple. I can make them all purple now, just using this tool if you like. And I'll let you propose. So let's pick another color. So let's pick yellow tell me another letter that should be colored yellow. Why I'm making a lot of purple for us. Look at that. We got 5 things. It has a mirror symmetry, kind of like the bat symbol, and it's all purple inside this pair. So now we've got blue and yellow. So can you guess a letter that has to be yellow? I got an F. Yeah, I think F has to be yellow. I agree. What else should be yellow? G, yellow. Gee whiz. If G is yellow and it's got this line of symmetry, what else has to be yellow? So you go G, you have the mirror, and so then using the mirror line that we see right there, if G is yellow, then what else needs to be yellow? I, yeah. And how many yellows do you think we need? And so what else should be yellow? Right now we've got 4 yellows. But here on this 5, I have a yellow 5. So how many yellows? So when I put a purple dot in the 5 over here, we had 5 purple hexagons. So how many yellow hexagons should we have? And just push one button in the chat. Like one thing I might be tempted to do here is change the transparency. Particular one, opacity, like that. So you can see where it came from. Any guess what other color should be yellow? C, absolutely. Let's see if I got it here. Sure. In fact, that's 5 yellow things, and it's symmetric across the mirror. I can shade that in. And in fact, there's only one other color, so I hope you can see that what this is going to do to us is all of these things So this is like a pentomino, but instead of made with squares, it's made with hexagons. I think our yellow color was maybe like that one, and make it a little, right? And then we've got to do the same thing with blue. Hopefully you can guess and see that, well, look, there's 5 squares, oops, escape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's symmetric. If we made all of those blue, then I would have 3 pentominoes. So pentominoes made out of hexagonal squares that are connected. So each hexagon shares a face with at least one other hexagon, and it has symmetry indicated in the position, and it's exactly those colors. So in fact, even without being told the rules for this puzzle, you just figured out the solution to the puzzle, or we did together, just by guessing and figuring out what's what. That's kind of fun. It looks kind of nice. I'll show one more picture. We won't do that, and we'll move on to a game. That was our blue picture. And we can increase the transparency a little bit. And that's our solution to this Kajitsu puzzle. So this is, in Japan, they generate lots of very interesting puzzles like the Sudoku, and they're kind of fun to play around with. I'd be very happy to see your solutions on the sheets where you've got a number of puzzles and a number of pens if you want to fill them together. Let me, escape here. Let me open up to show you one thing. So here's a different puzzle. So here you can see that there's got to be 12 things done in this color. And you notice that there's 4 colors that I picked for the strawberry. You can pick different colors. You're going to have mirror symmetries, mirror symmetries, mirror symmetries. That's a kind of messed up mirror. What is this? This actually refers to a rotational symmetry. And so if you put something over here, and you rotate it halfway around. So if I take this guy and I rotate around to the other side, I'd get this one. If I take this guy and I rotate it all the way around, I think I get something like over here. So this funny shape is a rotational symmetry. I'll let you fill these in. We're ready to play a group game.